Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Interglobe. 12 years we waited for this smile. Yes, because it took 12 years to win against Barcelona again. And what a game, what a victory. I hope really this is the first step to fame for our team. It was fantastic, but let's keep in mind that even if we did something amazing yesterday, we need to at least tie in Barcelona because they won with many goals with Victor Pilsen, and so they have an advantage compared to us. So if we lose in Barcelona, we probably will get third in the group. So it's very important to make another great game next week. Anyway, the first half yesterday was simply amazing. We dominated. Yes, we did suffer. We did play in defense. We did wait for the opponents to come, but that was tactics, and it's perfectly legitimate. And actually, it was very effective yesterday because we waited, and when we could get the ball, we tried to counterattack. And in this sense, I think we did a good job. Then, of course, great goal by Chala, so it was a sign. Yes, it was a sign. I just didn't understand that it was a sign about the Champions League, not about the Serie A, that's all. But Chala, I met you at the bar and it's bliss. Yes, it was incredible. So first half we played better. They had 70+% of ball possession as they did in the whole game. But honestly, Onana didn't make any save in the first half. And then in the second half we also played very well, and up to the last 20 minutes, let's say, because then we started to lose energy, substitutions. And then, of course, we did have a couple of situations of danger. But all in all, considering who we played against, Barcelona, and what players we had against, Lewandowski above all, I think it was a glorious game. And in the end, we had 2-2 in terms of shots on goal. This is also indicative. Only 2 shots per team, and so we were good in defense finally for the first time yesterday. Also, let's keep in mind that Barcelona recuperates the ball higher than any other team in Europe. So they press you so much, they do a lot of pressing, and although we did make a few mistakes, all in all, I thought we behaved well, considering this piece of statistic. And let's go to the players now. Onana, so cool, so confident, even too much sometimes, yeah, with the ball in his feet, like when he dribbled one player or when he makes this kind of nice loft on the left to the other player. And so he was really full of energy, giving you the impression that he had everything under control. When they hit the post in the second half, he was on the ball anyway. He came out a couple of times, reassuring the defense and all the players. He encouraged them. He just has more oomph than Handa. Then we have also to remember that Onana, by the way, was born footballistically in Barcelona, because he rose through the ranks of Barcelona. So there was also this piece of emotional past for him. Very good Onana. I want to see him again in Sassuolo. Basta Andanovic, enough. Skriniar, very good. He's back to his levels, just as much as De Vrij, who did a wonderful diagonal closing on Lewandowski in the beginning of the second half, and also Bastoni played well. You know why these 3 players played very well? Because they are very strong when it comes to finding the right position in defense to anticipate their opponent, and they're not very good when they have to run because they're not fast. So in a game such as yesterday, in which we basically played in defense and counterattacked, they had a pretty compact team, and so it was easier for them to protect Onana. And that's why I think all of them, Skriniar, De Vrij and Bastoni, played a good game yesterday. Especially De Vrij, I was happy to see him back in shape. Then going to the rest of the team, we have Darmian. You know, I always say that he doesn't excel, but he doesn't play bad. Yesterday he played very well, I think, because it was a game full of substance. He had also a wonderful run on the wing at one point, and I really appreciated it because you don't expect it from somebody like him. So very good, Darmian. It's very important for a coach even to know that you have a player that you can always count on. Barella did a couple of horizontal passes that reminded me of the ones that Çalhanoğlu did in the derby and that costed us a couple of goals recently. And also he got a yellow card because he protested against the referee. But the good thing is that he protested against the referee and not against his teammates, at least for once. So that's very good. Even if he made a couple of wrong choices, for example, beginning of second half, we're going on a counter-attack, there is Di Marco free on the left and he gives it to the player on the right instead, so that's a bit of a mistake. But all in all, I could really see the quantity yesterday in Barella, at least. Like, you know, he has top quantity and top quality usually. Quality yesterday was not at the top, but in terms of quantity, four lungs, as we call him. Very good Barella. Chala, best man on the pitch together with Di Marco. Amazing, great goal, and not only the goal, before the goal he had another great shot. Funny that in the interview he said that they knew that Ter Stegen was a bit weak on his right side and that's why he shot there. I mean, interesting for me to know how they study the goalkeepers and they find their weak points. Anyway, nobody would have saved that goal because it was a really sublime shot. So amazing, thanks Chala. He also played well in defense against Dembélé when there was an emergency because Di Marco was not there and he had to defend, so very good. He also made a great, angry, tough foul on Sergio Busquets, who we all hate because he's a piece of a beep. And yeah, so really good. Chala, respect. Then we have Di Marco, another MVP, because he was great in defense against Dembélé. I appreciated that so much because Dembélé is so fast. But you know, for a right-footed player to face a left-footed on that wing is really problematic because Di Marco knows that he's accompanying Dembélé to the cross towards the end line because he knows that he can defend well with his left foot, so he's waiting for him to go. And on the other hand, Dembélé doesn't know what to do, so sometimes he comes inside the pitch. I think he never was able to go over Di Marco. So majestic performance on the wing defending and majestic performance attacking. There was that volley that Di Marco made, it was amazing. On the goal, Di Marco made a pass across the pitch that, you know, made me shiver. He was so good that he made me shiver almost. So amazing. Of course, he doesn't have 90 minutes in the legs, but you know, he'll get there. Correa, as usual, not good in protecting the ball, but at least he scored. And for once, I don't want to say that he played badly. Let's say that for once he also played decently. Lautaro got a yellow card, a lot of willingness to succeed, but honestly, all in all, if we look at the numbers, again, Lauti, not enough. We expect goals from you. Substitutions. We saw Dzeko, who did his job properly. Acerbi, also nothing to say. Dumfries. There was that penalty, not penalty, I don't know, honestly, I thought it was a penalty, and we were lucky there because this would have been a tremendous burden on his shoulders after what he did with Juventus last year to do another penalty in the last minute and let Barcelona tie. So, not so good for Dumfries. Gosens, another terrible mistake in defense, but Again, I don't want to be heavy and tough on him today. Inzaghi. I think the approach of the team was great. I think the choice of Correa was good, because if you know that you're playing Barcelona and they're going to attack you and dominate you, it's good to have somebody who's good in counter-attack. So the theory was very good, I think, in his mind. And in fact, he scored, Correa scored. It was a pity that a few centimeters invalidated that goal. Then I also appreciated Çalhanoğlu in the central part of the field, not as a wing as usual, but in Brozovic's place, because he could find spaces in a 4-3-3 Barcelona lineup in midfield. He could find spaces for him in an underpopulated midfield to make his voice heard, and that's what he did a couple of times, not only in the goal but even before that. And so this was another good choice from Inzaghi. I would have liked, as one of the bloggers said, to see a bit of Correa against Piqué, because Piqué is old, big, and not fast. So I think that Correa could have really given him a hard time. But it's okay. This is just a detail, and all in all, I would say that Inzaghi did well, and I was actually sympathizing with him when he celebrated after the first goal, because it was a celebration of a person who is really under pressure, who is really tired, and genuinely with a heart that beats for Inter. You could see that, so I really appreciated that. That's all. Great win. Forza Inter as always. If you liked the video, please punch the like button. It's so important for me, and subscribe. And I hope that in Sassuolo on Saturday we'll also have another night and another day full of satisfaction. Until then, as always, tifosi nerazzurri, Forza Inter, and thanks for watching. Ciao!